Givers and receivers. Next for Roca.
You ought to just try living in this little holler for a while. It's the best place there are.
Tonight on 48 Hours.
The people in southeastern Kentucky are survivors.
Another America. Hidden in Appalachia's hills.
It's just a good hobby for poor people.
Richer from home.
Sickness and in health.
I just hope she has a better life than I did.
The stubborn dream.
We work hard. Hopefully we'll survive. But I knew when the coal was gone, the town was gone.
The hard realities.
This was the center of town right here. It's gone now.
Her teeth was loose. Both sides of her face was bruised.
He done enough to me that night to make me leave the next day.
This was the first guitar I ever had.
And the country star who left. But can't forget.
I don't think you ever escape where you're born.
A disturbing journey to a separate world, close to home.
Well, I'm proud of my culture.
Back in the hills of Floyd County, Kentucky, you'll find some of the poorest places in America. This is where Washington waged a war on poverty and lost. But that's not tonight's story. The people here know they are poor, they know there's almost no work, and yet most of them say they want to stay here, get married here, grow old here. What is it that keeps them tied to a place that seems like something out of another century? Come along with us now for 48 hours to the isolated beauty of Appalachia, to hills and hollers most Americans have never seen, and a life most Americans will never experience.
It's a sad day in Floyd County, Mr. Jones. Yeah, the grief is gone. The man that's gone.
Most Americans agonize over the paradox of poverty in Appalachia in the midst of a nation of plenty.
It's a sad day in Floyd County, Mr. Jones.
That was specifically about my grandfather and his death, the funeral site.
But if you stop off in Hollywood to listen to one of the nation's top country music stars and the grandson of a Kentucky coal miner, Dwight Yoakam starts to make you think that perhaps these people aren't so poor after all.
I have an enormous sense of pride in coming from those people. I think those people faced adversity head on and overcame it and still do. And hang on just a second. Hey! Come here.
The dog?
Cool it. Yeah, the dog.
You say they they overcome adversity every day. Absolutely. How in the world do they do it, this?
Well, I think that as a means of survival, these people, the people in southeastern Kentucky, are survivors. They're the people, I think, part of them are the stock that came across the Cumberland Gap with Boone, for that matter, you know. They overcame adversity through their belief in a power greater than them, and their belief that the world wasn't perfect and the world wasn't going to be always on their side. They had an understanding, I think, an innate understanding that no matter what you do and no matter how hard you try, as Hank Williams Sr. said, you ain't never going to get out of this world alive. They learned reading, writing, Route 23 to the jobs that laid waiting in those cities' factories.
Reading, writing, and Route 23.
That was a joke. You know, in Ohio, they would say, what are the 3 R's they teach in Kentucky schools? And the comeback was, they learned reading, writing, Route 23. You know, as a consequence of going to work in coal mines, they struggled to find another way of life, to get out of there. And a lot of them left. But they didn't know that old highway would lead them to a world of misery.
ought to just try living in this little holler for a while. It's the best place they are. I'd just try living up here.
To understand the songs Dwight Yoakam sings and the people he sings about, you have to see Floyd County.
One time, a long time ago, when some people come up in here, they said that it was real muddy. You know where animals had tore their insides at? Said, and they just called it Muddy Gut. Named it Muddy Gut.
There are thousands and thousands of hollers like Muddy Gut in eastern Kentucky. They're tucked back into the hills, a collection of houses, shacks, and trailers. It's where the expression, "you can't get there from here," comes from.
I know there's just one road in here and one road out. You couldn't get lost. There's one road in, one road out.
How long have you lived in Muddy Gut?
All my life.
Othello Johnson is 49 years old.
I never lived out of here. This one holler all my life.
15 families live here in the holler. 10 of them are the Johnson kinfolk. So how many of you live in this house?
5.
So how do you make it with only 2 bedrooms and 5 of
5 of us. The 3 boys sleeps in one room.
So this is your room, huh, Roger? Yeah?
Me, my husband, and the other one.
It's a little crowded.
Yeah, it sure is.
Maxine is one of the Johnson daughters who married and stayed in the holler. Her husband, Bill, like most of the men in Muddy Gut, is disabled and doesn't work.
Got bad lung.
Every day is a struggle for the things many people take for granted. You keep this going all day? Like heat.
Oh, we wouldn't lay down with it on, you know, or anything like that.
So you turn it off before you go to bed?
Yeah.
Like health.
My son, he's got a bone disease.
And a most basic necessity, running water.
You're supposed to stay in warm water, hot water all the time.
Maxine's son needs a bath twice a day to treat his ailing hip.
In the wintertime, we pack it in our hand, you know, pack it, walk it.
It's been 13 years of carrying water up the hill.
Yep.
Bill finally found a way to tap into the reservoir of an abandoned coal mine.
A little over 1,100 foot back there.
And then you just put the hose on the outside, just dropped it?
No, I just crawled back in and put the water hose in the water, laid it down the water, come outside, stopped it up, and run the water line home.
But it's just on top of the ground?
Yeah.
And finally, 4 months ago, their first bathroom was installed. How'd you make it before all this?
Hard.
How'd you feel when you first got running water up here?
Like I was in heaven, I guess.
Have you ever been down Kentucky way, say south of Prestonsburg? Have you ever been up in a holler, or have you ever heard a mountain man cough his life away, digging that black coal in those dark mines, those dark mines?
This holiday, save an arm and a leg with Pam. Pam no-stick cooking spray helps keep food from sticking. Don't go to pieces. Get Pam.
Where can you find fine quality dress shirts like these by premier shirt makers? It's the greatest assortment of styles, colors, and patterns we've ever offered. Find them now for only $9.95, only at Sears.
When the whistle blows each morning and I walk down in that cold dark mine, I say a prayer to my dear Savior, please let me see the sunshine one more time. When the wind will when will I lay these burdens down? And when I die, dear Lord in heaven, please take my soul, make that cold dark mine.
Morris Isaac has been on the road since 3:30 this morning, getting truck parts essential to keep the family's small coal mine running for another day.
This was a small feeder company at one time. It's now idle. It's been idle about 5 years.
Another victim of the price of coal?
Another victim of the price of coal.
I guess there are a lot of those in this valley.
A lot of companies. At one time, I guess Floyd County had 150 small mines. This time, I'd say Floyd County has about 25 or 30. This is a unit train coal that they've loaded out yesterday.
Is some of that your coal?
Some of that's our coal.
Some of that is what you took out of your mine?
Right. Back in the early 50s, some of these mines produced about 6 to 8 ton per man. Now, that's not heard of anymore. If you don't produce around 20 ton per man per day, you can't survive. Some days, you don't know if you're going to be here the next day. It's according to how the economy is, how the coal business is, how much money you got to buy your supplies with. The biggest problem we have is the height. We're in 27 to 28 inch coal. If we figure out a way to get it to grow about a foot, we'd be in good shape.
Do you like doing this?
Oh yeah, I enjoy mine. That's all on fire. That's our life. You know, we try to live out of it, feed ourselves, and that's about it. It's a tough life. It's a rough life, but I enjoy it.
Fire! Fire!
Clear.
Fire!
Morris, my brother. Morris, Virgil Jr., Rodney back there. Beulah is my sister back there. Mostly a family deal. I'm glad Daddy, you know, taught us all to really stick together and be tough with it. We owe it all to him, really.
Tom Isaac delivers the coal.
So I've got a son. He's 12 years old. He's taking a like to trucking real good now. I hate to see him get into trucking, but I guess if that's what he wants, I'll let him do it. Trucking and mining is hard life.
Even with high-quality coal, the mining industry is in trouble, shaken by alternative energy sources and new environmental regulations.
If we have problems in Florida with the fruit, they send somebody there immediately from the agriculture department. If we have problems with tobacco in the state, mold on it, they look at that right away. The mining industry's not like that. It's either you're out there yourself, you make it or you don't.
There we go.
With coal no longer paying the bills, some mountain people are utilizing another resource to get by.
I love to get up every morning. I don't care how cold it is. I want to go feed roosters.
Andy Dotson, a former coal miner, has been raising and fighting roosters for most of his life.
Now, they do that until they died. See, they're still wanting to do more. Back when I was a young boy, there wasn't much to do. There wasn't no television or nothing, and these young boys would get roosters and fight them, and after I got to be about 18 or 19, I started handling for a man that was a good, big chicken fighter. They're no good to eat. They're no good to do nothing but fight. A poor man can't go out here to Las Vegas and gamble, or he can just do so much.
Isn't fighting chickens a way to kind of get by, get a little extra?
Oh yeah. A lot of guys don't do nothing but fight chickens.
And it's a source of income.
Right.
There's people that comes in here with $10 in their pocket, and they may meet someone with $5,000 in their pocket, and they may walk out with that. It's all luck and gambling.
Just sitting down the piano, just a second.
In Kentucky, cockfighting is a misdemeanor. And if a pending bill passes in January, it will become a felony. Yet family-owned pits like this one do a thriving business. In weekend betting, hundreds of thousands of dollars can change hands.
That's good. We've had calls just here lately from Tennessee, Ohio, Virginia, West Virginia, all the neighboring states. And when they come in, they'll bring some money in with them.
I've never seen an entry come in this country from the big men and be as tough as the local people. The local people around here whips the hell out of these big shots that comes in here. Yeah, these boys back in the hills is tough. Put that in number 3 and 2.
We have some over 3,000 members and only been in operation 1 year. From 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the evening is weigh-in time.
5'5", man. 5'4".
Spur only goes on one leg, and you know that's a house rule.
Perfect.
That's a pretty formidable weapon, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they know what they're on there for too.
They do.
They fight better with them gaffs on.
Is that right?
Yeah, they know. They get with it.
Okay.
Face your chickens.
Because it is illegal, we were not permitted to tape an actual cockfight, but the camera did record this unofficial sparring match.
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson fought him right on the White House lawn. It was a gentleman's sport intended to be for gentlemen.
By that time, it'd already be cut all to pieces.
This chicken pit helps me stay here. It helps my family stay here, and all of us. Without it, without it, we're on welfare. You can pay us. We just soon not have anyone pay us. We're a prideful kind of people. We want to make our own way. But, that's the way it is. It's a cold, hard world.
Sometimes I dream I'm in Italy, driving this incredible sports car. And my boss is there. He says,
"We need a ride to the shareholders meeting."
Now, here's where it gets weird. The sports car has 4 doors. I mean, there's no such thing as a 4-door sports car. It's just a dream, right?
Now, the most important words in pain relief in 100 years. Motrin IB. No prescription needed for effective relief of headache and muscle ache. New Motrin IB. Doctor-recommended pain relief.
Hi, John.
Hi. Ace is a place for all kinds of holiday stuff. From the tree and all the trimmings
Well, we
to
have
the right
lots of-
stuff to put under it.
Oh, you mean
Hey,
gifts and-
let me tell you. When it's time for ho-ho-ho, Ace is the place for me.
Ho-ho-ho?
Yeah, ho-ho-ho.
You hungry?
A snack, maybe?
If you feel like a snack, come to Burger King for new pick-em-ups. Tasty all-white meat chicken tenders or delicious golden fish tenders. The perfect snack when a snack would be perfect. Only at Burger King.
Now, where were we?
Dad, my legs. Can't move them.
You're not equipped to treat your own son.
Island Sun moves to a new night in time.
I'm taking you off the case.
You can't do this. Next. Someday, blackmail leads to murder. But could the mayor be a killer?
Something just doesn't fit.
A shadowy past comes to light on Murder, She Wrote. Then, an unseen psychopath has invaded her life.
He's after me, my friends, my mother, my son.
Jill Clayburgh, Fear Stalk, following Murder, She Wrote. Sunday.
There's nothing accidental about a drunk driving crash. It happens when people choose to drive when they've been drinking.
Plan ahead. Choose a designated driver.
I'm not going to put it on until I get down there. You haven't seen this either. Levi bought this for me last night.
Let's see how it looks.
19-year-old Tammy Shepard is about to leave her family.
Come in, Levi.
On this Friday afternoon in late November, she is getting married.
We're talking only hours from the moment, huh? How do you feel right now?
Nervous.
Your hands are shaking.
So are my legs.
Huh? You tell me, why are you nervous?
I guess the mothers always gets nervous.
Getting married while still a teenager, it seems to be almost the thing to do here. 15, 16, 17, 18. Isn't that true?
I was 15 when I got married.
Tammy and her mother are but 2 generations of a never-ending cycle in Floyd County, where nearly 70% of marriages are among teenagers.
What advice can you pass along?
I just hope she has a better life than I did.
Getting married, having a family, makes life
Yeah,
rougher?
and trying to raise them up, and you don't know what you're going to do, and nothing else.
It's hard to raise a family.
But babies, more than hardships, are in Tammy's thoughts today as she cradles her 6-month-old niece, Sissy.
Feel comfortable holding a baby?
Mm-hmm.
Think that's going to be pretty much the case for you soon as a mom?
Hopefully.
What's most important to you today?
To make Levi happy.
Levi Mead already is happy. At 18, he's got a $5 an hour job in a coal mine. Unlike more than 30% of young men here who are unemployed on their wedding day, Levi leans on the security of his paycheck while planning his future.
Like to have a family?
Yeah.
Big one?
No, small one.
The wedding is an all-family affair. Tammy wears the same dress her sister and cousin were married in.
God, we ask, Lord, at the joining of these two here in holy matrimony, Lord.
Levi's brother Philip is the minister.
I'll just wait till
Philip's wife Gwen, the musician.
me home.
I, Levi, receive you, Tammy. I, Levi, receive you, Tammy. To be my wedded wife. To be my wedded wife.
Vows are exchanged in the same storefront church where Tammy and Levi met 4 years ago.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
You may now kiss your wife. I love you.
Since Levi married Tammy, she'll be just like just adopted sister to us. And, you know, it's just one big family.
After a one-night honeymoon at the neighborhood motel, they'll begin their new life together next day in a trailer. And Monday, Levi heads back to the coal mine.
I'm scared to death of him. I don't see him still. I still don't see him. I don't really want to say what he done to me. But he done enough to me that night to make me leave the next day. He did. He's over at that big parking lot. He's got sandy blonde hair. He's got a little tiny mustache. There's Mommy.
It's her husband Susan Crum is afraid of. Her mother is waiting in the county courthouse.
That's him right there in the striped shirt and checkered shirt, brown.
Did you see my daddy? Where was he?
She came to my house on Monday morning, and her teeth was loose. Both sides of her face was bruised because he had beat her. It still hurts. It really does. I get awful upset over it. Definitely do.
When I'm so nervous, I have my nails chewed off.
She's so young. I hate to see any young girl go through this, most especially with 2 children. I really do. I went through it. I know what she's going through.
Are you Alan Crum?
Yes, sir.
You're the respondent in this case. Susan Crum's your wife. She's filed a domestic violence petition against you.
I've left him several other times and went back like a fool. But this time, I'm not. And he sees now that I do mean business. I'm not coming back.
You have one house, or have you already moved out, or what?
No, I'm living in the house.
You live in the house?
Yeah.
You want him to vacate the premises?
No, I do not want his property at all. I do not want his property at all. I do not want his home or nothing.
Are you going to leave the premises yourself?
Yes, I am.
All right, don't mark that one then. Are there any children with this property? Married?
Yes, there are 2.
2?
3-year-old and 14-month-old.
Give me the names.
I got married when I was 16. The time I was 19, I had my first baby.
Let her have the custody of the children with reasonable visitation to the respondent, as long as he's sober. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
And also, I wanted to know if he could support the children, the child support.
Child support? Does he work anywhere?
I don't now.
I got fired. I went to a detox center and they fired me because I missed work.
So if you get the job, come back to court and file a motion.
Okay, I will.
All right. That's all, folks.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Susan Crum is one of many women helped by a family crisis center in Floyd County.
You think it's more common around here?
Abuse, no. It's definitely nationwide. But the attitude in this area is that the laws still exist, as it did in the early 1800s, that the man has a right to beat his wife into submission.
Well, that's not actually the law.
It used to be in the early 1800s.
And is that still the attitude?
That's what I'm saying. The law has changed,
but the attitude
has not.
Okay.
They're encouraged by their parents, their mother especially. I took it for 31 years. You can take it too, you know.
All right. See you, Kathy.
Susan Crum is going back home.
Okay. All right.
But only to collect her things. Deputy Sheriff Harpo is taking her and 2 counselors from the Family Crisis Center to the holler.
His protection. And Alan's scared of him. Very scared of him.
The deputy sheriff served 2 warrants on Alan Crum, one for sexual assault and one for assault in the 4th degree.
I lived about a half a mile up on Arkansas Creek, right down below his mother and father, on land that his daddy gave him. It was been handed down through generations. You see that house standing right there, unpainted? That's it. Yeah.
Alan! Alan, let me talk to you, man.
And that's online while I was some of them. She knows where stuff is, I don't.
Am I going to have any problems while I'm here with this?
No. Well, they'll get it.
When a woman is living with a man who all his family owns this land, she has nowhere to go. She can't evict him. You know, an emergency protection order gives her the right to evict him from that home, but she can't do that and then live beside his mother, or where he'll be staying too.
This is murder. It is. It was a shame what he done to the house and to me and the kids. It's really rough, especially seeing a home that you helped build with your own 2 hands. It's something Sissy she wanted me to get. We built that home from the ground up. Supposedly he set the couch on fire, is what they said it started. The fire marshal said that it started from the couch. Sissy's, mine, his, Sissy's, and baby girls. I don't think I could trust again. If I ever met somebody, I sure wouldn't marry him. There's no way, because there's no way I could trust another man at all.
Bye, honey.
How does it make you feel seeing this?
Hurt me all hell. Especially if you love somebody as much as I love her.
What's that?
Especially if you love somebody as much as I love her.
Still love her.
Daggone right.
This last year, my love for Alan, it died.
Hold on, Harpo. I don't know what to think.
It hurt. It did. It hurt. It hurts worse knowing that I won't be there in the house that I helped build. But this is the end of it with Alan. And it's the start of a new life for me and the kids. I hope.
Where can you find fine quality dress shirts like these? by premier shirt makers. It's the greatest assortment of styles, colors, and patterns we've ever offered. Find them now for only $9.95, only at Sears.
The Black & Decker Workmate. About all it can't help you do is clean up. But at least it gets out of your way. The Black & Decker Workmate.
If you stripped Ford Taurus of all its awards, erased all the glowing reviews, removed all evidence of its presence on the road, and introduced it today, Ford Taurus would still be ahead of its time.
Now get 4.8 financing for up to 48 months or cash bonus on Ford Taurus.
48 Hours will continue.
The Blue Demons of DePaul, the Tar Heels of North Carolina, the season premiere of college basketball on CBS Sports Saturday.
When an orphan girl arrives at a forbidding mansion,
There's something you don't want me to know about.
she discovers a secret garden and lives a magical adventure. Emmy winner The Secret Garden, Saturday.
He lived like there was no tomorrow, but there was, and now he has to pay up. Or more accurately, you have to pay up. Pay up for what? Watch 60 Minutes.
This is CBS.
Gone with the Wind, the fully restored 50th anniversary video cassette. The perfect gift for someone very special. Like yourself.
This gift is yours with any $26 Fendi Uomo purchase at Bloomingdale's.
The Littlest Victims of Syphilis on hard copy.
It's 7 in the morning in Muddy Gut Holler. The Helton clan is awake and getting ready for the first of 3 medical appointments. It is a household full of serious health problems, a typical situation in Appalachia.
He was 2 months premature. His lungs weren't developed.
And what is he wearing?
It's a heart monitor to pick up if he stops breathing or if he slows breathing for a while.
Baby Mark has the first appointment. Like many babies in the holler, Mark requires critical health care to survive. Medicaid pays the bills.
My sister-in-law, both of her babies were premature.
What an old fella. What's he doing, Daddy? Oh, yeah. What an old boy.
How's we getting along? It's not simply just an issue of premature babies. It's an issue involving the whole healthcare system and the whole class of people in Eastern Kentucky.
It's just a little cold, old buddy.
Dr. Terry Wright was raised in Appalachia.
He's 10 pounds, 12 ounces now. Lack of education about prenatal care, about infant care, about nutrition in schools. It's very frustrating. As I've said time and time again, there's sometimes I wish I could go home with them, but I can't go home with them.
Frustration and pain are a way of life for Jerry Helton, Mark's grandpa. He stopped working 5 years ago after a coal mining accident left him with an injured back.
How old are you?
47 years old. A young man. Could have had 20, 25 more years working if I had. At one moment, if I could reverse that one moment, I could be working right now.
Jerry missed the deadline to file for compensation and is not getting any money or benefits.
I always earn my living. I'd like to be earning my living. And to me, it just makes me feel like a lot less of a man because I can't earn my own way in life and be a productive human being as I used to be.
The only medical help he can afford is at the Mud Creek Clinic, a community health center where Jerry and his wife Ozella go for their monthly checkup. Ozella has diabetes and lung problems.
My leg is trembling. Sometimes I just don't think I'm going to be able to stand the pain. It just won't go away.
Jerry and Ozella will wait more than 2 hours before they see a doctor. Only 2 clinics in all of eastern Kentucky will accept patients who can't pay their bills.
Kind of hurt.
You had a long wait, haven't you?
Yep. We got here about 1:30 and it's going on 4 o'clock. I tell you.
There should be a clinic like this in every county.
Eula Hall founded the Mud Creek Clinic 20 years ago.
And we turn people away because we don't have the providers to take care of them.
How typical are Jerry and Ozella's problems?
It's just a typical mountain family.
I mean, she has diabetes and severe lung problems.
About the medical
he
part.
has back problems. 3 of their grandchildren were born prematurely. That sounds like a heck of a lot of problems for one family to have.
They're just one of thousands like that. It's just a mess. Neither one of them is really able to take care of the other one. And they don't have enough money to live on. And they have trouble with their utilities, especially in the winter when the utilities are higher.
So Christmas is a tough season.
Yes, it is. It's a very sad season for people like Cozell and Jerry. Very sad. Hey, Jean, we're going on a home visit.
Eula Hall has devoted her life trying to raise the health standards in Appalachia.
I watch people suffer and die. Little things, like I seen a woman that had a nail puncture, and she had 5 small children, and she died from lockjaw. Just because she didn't have money for a tetanus shot. It's better in areas like ours because we have this clinic, but without this clinic, it'd be the same.
Is part of the problem that a lot of these people are too proud to ask for help?
This family we're going to is proud. They don't like to ask for help, but the grandmother has come to the point she'd rather ask is watch your kid suffer, and I don't blame her.
Many families in the holler pay a steep price for neglecting their medical problems. In this house, a young girl is partially deaf because of an ear infection.
Okay, Tina still got the earache. One of the girls has got a hearing impairment, and I think it's from ear infections that's not been taken care of properly. She can't hear you.
Her left one's plumb gone.
I'm going to take these prescriptions and I'll try to get medicine and bring it back to her. She really needs this.
He said it'd be around $75.
If we've got it, I'll get it for you. I guess we better get out.
Healthcare becomes a kind of low priority, doesn't it?
Now, how's your leg doing? Well, you have to make a choice, you know. You're going to go to the doctor or you're going to pay your bills and eat, you know. You got any salve or anything to put on it?
Yeah, we've got a little.
We got some salve at the clinic. I'll ask the doctor if he thinks it's all right. If it is, I'll bring you some. You know, I get tired and I get aggravated when I don't see no light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of these problems. It's very grim, but they try. They're very brave. They're very strong people, and they're good people, and they just think maybe there'll be a brighter day someday.
They learned reading, writing, Route 23 to the job laid waiting a city factory.
For children living in the dead end of a holler, education is the only way out.
When I get my college education and my PhD, I said I was going to leave because I want to go on to college and make something myself.
I want to be a teacher.
But Vicki Johnson and her classmates at Wheelwright High School may not be able to get a good education. Their school system is so poor that the state of Kentucky took it over last January under an academic bankruptcy law.
Look at the bottom of page 163.
It's humiliating to be in this situation. Well, it is to me personally.
Principal Lonnie Sloan admits the school has some problems.
Last year was approximately 18% dropout. The year before, it was something like 33%.
What about the test scores?
Well,
and reading levels?
On the reading levels, the scores were low, yes. They were below state average, and they were below national average.
Well, I haven't read a book in about 5 years. I don't like to read because I can't concentrate when I sit down and try to read. It aggravates me to death, so I just watch TV.
You have no Spanish?
No.
You have no German?
I have no German. We do have advanced math classes.
Do you have drama?
Geometry. Do not have drama. We did have. When you teach only the requirements, or mostly the graduation requirements, the student's going to miss out on a lot.
The way I see it is the school's falling apart anyway.
I think it should have been condemned a long time ago. Showers have never worked. Even when I was in grade school, I never remember the showers working.
Well, why do you think it's allowed to decay like this?
I don't think they care. I'm trying to say the teachers. I don't know who's not doing anything.
I think we care. I mean, we just haven't really fought back.
Nearly 2/3 of the student body is on public assistance and qualifies for free lunch. The rest spend their money on junk food. The proceeds go for the cause.
Vending machines pays for the phone. They also pay for other materials in the school. I think that's what it's for.
All right, if you look on page 163, now we know that the chromosomes are located in the genes.
In the classrooms, teachers see different problems. Doris Osborne.
Sure, money would help, naturally.
It would help?
Yes.
But it wouldn't do it all?
It wouldn't do it all, no. I still think our biggest problem is apathy. I really do.
Who's apathy?
A lot of parents and an awful lot of the kids. You know, you can almost identify a dropout from the first day of school.
I guess I have to keep my grades up.
Vicki and her parents are determined to break the cycle of apathy and underachievement.
Do you want her to go to college?
Yeah. We'd like for her to. We can try.
Because with grades like that, she probably has a pretty good chance at it, doesn't she?
Yeah, I'd say she is.
Yeah.
It's a chance Vicki's father never had because he, like 46% of the people in Floyd County, cannot read.
I hate to say it, but I ain't got no education. And that makes me feel good, you know. I know what's like.
If you don't have an education.
Mm-hmm. And so that helps a lot there.
Even if it means breaking up the family.
Do you think after they get their education, they're going to want to stay here?
They might want to stay here, but they can't if they use their education. Because there ain't nothing around here to use it for.
I want to be a teacher. Yeah, I want to be a computer programmer. And I just want to make something myself.
Deja vu.
You just bought that.
Somebody stole it.
I set down the package to help Megan, and when I turned around, it was gone.
Is it gone, Daddy?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Didn't you use American Express?
You mean that's it? It's automatic?
Whatever you buy with the American Express card is covered, Mr. Wilcox. Even gifts.
Oh, we were counting on that.
Lost, stolen, or damaged, having a way to protect the things you buy.
Victor Kayam, what's the ultimate shaving gift?
The Remington Micro Screen Ultimate. It's 2 screens shave as close as the blade, or your money back. No other shaver makes that promise.
Now I know why he bought the company.
Remington.
If you're like me, you appreciate value, whether it's in fine china or a luxury car. That's why you should explore the values available now at your Buick dealer. Regal is Buick's best-selling coupe. Century, the best-selling Buick sedan. 2 ways to discover the value of Buick, ranked among the most trouble-free American car companies. Lots of dealers promise value, but they're not selling Buicks. Cash in on quality now during Buick's Great American Quality Days.
Where can you find fine quality dress shirts like these by premier shirt makers? It's the greatest assortment of styles, colors, and patterns we've ever offered. Find them now for only $9.95, only at Sears.
When was the last time you felt the fire?
You think I want my mother married to someone like you?
I'm so ashamed of what I did. When was the last time you visited Dallas? Then, Michael Sharp's son is different.
Maybe we should try to find out the truth.
And could destroy his father's plans.
Just whose side you're on.
Falcon Crest, Friday.
Cosmopolitan called it innovative. Do our viewers know something you don't? CBS This Morning, weekdays.
What's Christmas going to be like 1989 here in Muddy Gut Holler?
It's going to be pretty nice.
Back in the Johnson family's holler. So what do you want for Christmas?
Toy.
Toys?
My daddy's
A car.
And that's me and Marie and her husband. And that's Mommy and Daddy.
Mommy and Daddy Johnson had 14 kids. Only 7 lived. Daughter Othello says she now needs a calculator to add up all the Johnson kinfolk.
Yeah, all these is my nephews and nieces.
Counting all the kids, grandkids, and in-laws, there are 38 Johnsons. And all but 4 of them live right here in the holler. It's hard to keep up, huh?
Yeah.
They've stayed here even though jobs are hard to find.
Well, the average income is about $600 a month. And the people are receiving government assistance.
Darrell Combs is coming to Muddy Gut Holler to help. What do you have to do to this now?
Okay. We're going to slat the roof today and get it ready for 10. I'm going to put a 10 roof on this.
His Christian Appalachian project is filling in some of the gaps.
Get all our exterior closed in before the bad weather hits us.
2 weeks before our 48 hours began, with winter approaching, Darrell responded to a plea for shelter.
It's a small house, but it's better than what they have now. They don't have anything now.
The new structure is being built for another Johnson. Rita lived in the old family home until it rotted.
We tore it down.
For the past 2 years, Rita and her husband Wiley have been sleeping from house to house. Have you ever thought about just packing up, going right down this path out of Muddy Gut Holler?
No.
To someplace else where there's more opportunity, more jobs available?
No, I've not.
Why?
I just don't want to leave home.
Yes, the family don't want to split up.
Well,
let's put it that way. This family don't want to split up.
Got it 87 and a half, Dave.
Rita and Wiley don't have the $2,500 to build this tiny 2-room house.
Push it right on in. I believe it's going to go.
So, the Christian Appalachian Project, a charitable organization, is donating the supplies and labor.
That is perfect.
Woo. Just a nice place to live.
Yeah.
And there's Marianne Caldwell, a 3rd-generation Johnson. Her newlywed husband, Chris, built their house with supplies from the Christian Appalachian Project.
Up on the hill.
Up on the hill.
That house right up there?
Yeah.
Just up from Mom's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They are unemployed, living off odd jobs. So what do you figure, $300, $400, $500 a month that you 2 of you make?
Not that high.
Not that much?
No.
How much, 100?
Maybe around 100, yeah.
100, 150, somewhere like that.
Between the 2 of you?
Yeah.
How do you make it on that?
It's hard.
It's hard. It's just real hard.
Now, as it's beginning to look like Christmas in the holler, Rita and Wiley are beginning to figure out how their new home is going to look. House, is this the same site where your old house was?
Yeah.
Was it about the same size?
No, he was bigger.
It was bigger than
a
this.
lot bigger. Well,
How are you going to configure it?
this is going to be my bedroom. Kitchen, all down there. And I'm going to fix me a snack bar to partition the kitchen living room out. I feel good about it. I do.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it.
I'm proud of it.
Pleased with it.
You know, many people will ridicule where you are, the conditions under which you live.
Oh, we do just about as good as about anybody. And we're proud of what we're.
You consider yourselves to be poor people?
Well, we're not rich. A lot of ways we're not rich, but some ways we're rich at heart.
You ever run up against a tough sinus cold? As tough as it gets, maximum strength Dristan is tougher. To sweep away congestion, pressure, and pain. And it won't make you drowsy. When you can't call in sick, call on Dristan.
I want to send my brother and his family something for Christmas. Well, he's pretty fussy when it comes to flowers. A candle and brass? As long as it's FTD.
When you send the FTD Season's Greetings bouquet, you send a Christmas feeling that never ends.
On the card, put, to the Olsons, from the Olsons, with love.
Kmart celebrates Christmas in America with a GE stereo system and stand. The quality you need at the price you want, $179.
If you thought you had to give up comfort to get a close shave, Norelco says, think again. Their revolutionary shaving system shaves skin close in a way that's incredibly comfortable. As the hair enters the chamber, the patented lift and cut system lifts each hair and holds it a split second before a blade cuts it, so it's possible to shave skin close without the blades even touching the skin. The lift and cut shaving system from Norelco. We made close comfortable.
It may be Red Lobster's most perfect meal. Petite Danish lobster tails. The sweetest ever. Plus flame-broiled shrimp. Delicious. Next, sizzling scampi. All this lobster and shrimp on one plate. Perfectly priced. Just $8.95 for a few weeks.
Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you.
And for the holidays, call for party platters to go. Ready in just 1 hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, from Hollywood, California, Warner Brothers Reprise recording star
Home video of Dwight Yoakam when he returned to his roots in 1987. A chance for the folks back home to remind this 33-year-old millionaire with holes in his jeans that it was Route 23 that he used en route to stardom in Hollywood.
My heartstrings are pulled every time I'm there, every time I drive up Route 23. I was there and played a concert 2 years ago, and it had been many years since I'd spent time there in the fall, and we spent a night at the Jenny Wiley State Park in some cabins up there. And walking out on that porch that morning in those mountains, I was taken back to mornings when I was a child, and I'd walk out on the porch and sit in that swing with my grandfather and play my guitar, and he'd say, you know, can you learn that Cripple Creek yet? Which he was alluding to the Flat and Scruggs song called Going Up Cripple Creek, Going on a Run. And I've oftentimes thought perhaps they had what many people who leave there sadly struggle to obtain again another time in their life, which was an inner peace and kind of a sanctuary in this world where they could retreat to and be, you know, alone and be at peace with the world and themselves.
Now, why did you decide to have your mommy and daddy buried up
Daddy
here?
always, he'd tell Mommy he wanted to be buried right out there on that little knoll.
How often do you come up here?
Sometimes we come back, one of us comes back every day, and sometimes I come back every 2 or 3 days.
For the Johnson family, Muddy Gut Holler is their inner peace and sanctuary.
I have come up here sometimes 11, 12 o'clock at night and just sit there in between their graves, just sit there. People think I'm crazy, but I'm not. I talk to them. I know I can't get no answers, but I still talk.
What do you say to him?
Everything in the world.
Now, just you have the small area here where your mom and dad are now. I suppose the whole area here inside this fence is...
That's all the graveyard.
That's going to be where all the Johnson family from Muddy Gut
is
laid to rest.
Yeah.
Bury me along the big sandy, down in those blue-gray mountains. Rest my soul in those hills of cold until this old earth does tremble. Don't you mourn for me when my soul is free. No woman, don't you cry. Just bury me along the big sandy under blue Kentucky sky.
During the war on poverty in the 60s, the federal government spent more than $3 billion to build highways connecting the Appalachian Hills to the rest of America. But a University of Kentucky study found that many residents can't even afford the gas it would take to get away. The road out of holler country was paved with good intentions, but like a lot of things in the hills, it didn't change much. I'm Dan Rather. That's 48 hours for this week. Here's a look ahead to our next report, 2 weeks from tonight. America's homemade drug craze.
It's crystal methamphetamine.
Speeding out of the West.
Oh, that's good crank, huh?
Yeah.
Crystal, crank.
You know, all my friends would come over there. We'd just party out with my mom.
Crystal meth, crystal death.
A deadly formula for trouble.
Police, search warrant!
The cops.
90% of our arrests are crystal.
I always had to have it.
The kids.
I'm an addict, man.
The cries for help. 2 weeks from tonight.
Tonight on Knott's Landing, Danny's crime of rape leaves 2 women devastated. One his victim, the other Val, his fiancée. But first, Daniel nearly kills a member of his own family on Island Sun. Next. For a transcript of 48 hours, send $4 to Journal Graphics, 267 Broadway, New York, New York, 10007.
I'm Connie Chung, the outrageous